Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Paul and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to BCN Sports watch along of North London Derby. And apparently I'm late. I apologize for the late start. 0-0 in the game, family. Apparently it started a minute or so ago, so we're a minute and a half behind. By the way, big up to all the listeners. I'll try to adjust the clock there in a few minutes. My name is Benton. Junior is not with us today. The starting 11 for both teams are up. Starting 11 for both teams up. I'll run through the starting 11 here when I get a chance. North London Derby. The basic objective for today's game for both of these teams, I think, for Arsenal, is to extend its lead at the top of the table. I mean, of course, Man City dropped points yesterday against who Man City lose to? Newcastle. Newcastle defeated Man City 2-1. Arsenal in with a shot by Rice and a save by Vicario in goal. Wow, thought that would have been a goal. Thought that would have been a goal there for Arsenal, but very good play from Arsenal on the right wing. Saka cutting inside. Find Eze, and Eze lift the ball over to Rice, who inside the 18-yard box with a shot on goal. So almost an opening goal there for Arsenal. Some would say probably should have scored. Arsenal with a Premier League 8 goals scored from set piece in the NFL in the Premier League. So that's what I'm calling them, set piece FC. So 3 minutes into the game, Arsenal already in with a chance. Let's get to the starting 11. Starting 11, the game is played at Arsenal, so it's a home game for Arsenal. Raya in goal, and reason why I want to highlight it's a home game for Arsenal. Arsenal is the left on the screen. The home team is on the left of the screen. Arsenal starting 11, Raya in goal. Henkepe comes in for the injured Gabriel. Henkepe, Venezuelan or Colombian international, I think Colombian, comes in. Calafori, Saliba, and Timber rounds out the back four for Arsenal. Zubamendi, Eze, and Declan Rice. Declan Rice with the shot, and Eze with the link-up play a few minutes ago in the midfield for Arsenal. Mikel Moreno, Trossard, and Saka. Bakary Saka rounds out the front three. Trossard on that left side. On the right will be Bakary Saka. We have Arsenal pushing forward here. A very fluid sort of team here from the Gunners. Gyökeres remains out with a muscle injury, so that's why he's not available for the game. He's not in the squad. For Tottenham starting 11, we have Vicario in goal. We mentioned that Vicario made a good save earlier as we got on live. Van de Ven, Romero, and Danso in the back. It could be a back five. Jed Spence and Udogi left backs and right back respectively. Left back and right back respectively will sometimes drop into a back five, but they tend to push up somewhat up. Odebert on the left side and Kudus on the right for the front three, and Richarlison leads the line. So basically, it's 5 minutes into the game, or approaching the 6th minute of the game. Arsenal dominating the early part of this contest. Joao Pilinia and Bentancur are going to be huge in that midfield will have to be huge in that midfield for Spurs. Gabriel out. Arsenal defender Gabriel, of course, starting defender, is out. Reportedly out for 2 months. So this is why Henkape comes into the starting 11. By the way, hope everyone is having a good Sunday. Big up to all those who joining me on the live. Again, Junior, normal commentator and partner in the work here at BCN Sports, is out and about. He's doing some coaching on this Sunday morning, so he's not available, or if he is available, he'll jump on. I think he's maybe watching the game on his phone, and so I think basically this is a huge year for Arsenal. I don't see how Arsenal can drop the soap from here, as in winning the Premier League. I mean, it's been a while for this team since they've won the Premier League. And with the results, whoa, that's a rough challenge here from Van de Ven. Van de Ven getting in. And not London Derby is a spicy affair. Now, Richarlison getting into the mix, putting a bit of tackle there, a rough tackle there, a hard tackle on Eze. Ebericha Eze, the new man, high value transfer from Crystal Palace. Now, as I was saying for Arsenal, and we're 12 games into the Premier League season, and here is Arsenal trying to get down the right, didn't work. It's and Doggy cutting out Saka's attack. Ball is with Timber to Saka. Van de Ven for company. Saka sends it to Zubimendi. Zubimendi then rolls it all the way back to Saliba. Saliba returns it to Saka. Saka sends it into the box, headed out by Joao Pellegrini. Timber back in the mixer. Kudus trying to get away from Spurs. Spurs can't even hold the ball 5 minutes right now, or 2 minutes. All Arsenal. And so, what is important for Arsenal? It's imperative that Arsenal win this game and build or extend the lead at the top of the Premier League. I mean, Manchester City had an opportunity yesterday to close the lead heading into today's game to, a point or 2 points. And Man City suffered a defeat. So, with a victory today for Arsenal, they could extend that lead to 7 points. And, I mean, come on, you gotta, as Christian Romero is pissed off about something. Yeah, the man angry, he's so angry, shouting, he's spitting everywhere. Saliva flying everywhere. I don't know if he's shouting at the ref or shouting at his teammates. Dangerous pass there from, who did that? Was it Van de Ven? Just give away a ball. Remember, smash the like button, subscribe. If you're a new subscriber to BCN Sports, thank you for joining us. There's a chat tab that you can send on your comments and let me know your thoughts on the game. I did wonder if we should have done a watch along for this game. The Milan Derby is later on today. That might be a bigger football game than this game, but let's see. We decided to do the watch along for the North London Derby. We'll have ball chat weekly, 5 p.m. later on, where we'll do a recap of the week that was in the world of football. Some of the major stories. We'll have a recap of World Cup qualifiers. Of course, we're just coming out of the international break, so we'll have the recap of all the World Cup qualifiers, or the major news coming out of World Cup qualifiers and the fallout after defeats or draw or whatever. Our teams haven't qualified. So and of course we have Jamaican football report. We'll take a more deep dive on Jamaican football news. So that's 5 p.m. Eastern. So join us then for Ball Chat Weekly at 5 p.m. as Tottenham trying to get it clear. Joao Pellegrini finds Odebert. Calaferi quickly up on Odebert, and the ball ricocheted off Calaferi out for a throw. So throw to Tottenham deep in their half. Calaferi and Jurian Timber are squeezing Tottenham pretty high up the field. So Arsenal You know, if somehow Spurs can get something long behind this Arsenal defense, I mean, of course they will need an attacker on the receiving end to be able to get it. But it's all Arsenal earlier on. Trossard is down with a knock here. And he's getting medical attention. The referee is checking in on him. Let's see what happened to Trossard. Yep, Joao Pellegrini stepped on his foot. That one is painful. That one is painful. Thomas Frank, is he under pressure? Is he not? I don't know. I mean, Tottenham had a good start to the season. As Madueke, it seems like they might be telling Madueke to go out, knowing Madueke to go out and warm up. Trossard trying to stand up. Now he's back on the ground. Madueke is taking off his top. Knowing Madueke, former Chelsea player. So why would Madueke warm up? Why not Martinelli? Isn't he the like for like left wing sub? Camera did span to Gabriel Martinelli, but it seems like Noni Madueke is the one who's out to warm up. It seems like Trossard is going to be okay, though. He's walking with a limp, but it seems like he's going to be fine. Seems like he's going to be fine. So he's up walking around. It seems like he's okay. Yo, play a ball. As Arsenal with the throw-in. Danso clears it out. Another throw-in for Arsenal. Trossard is running around, jogging around a little bit, trying to get back going. He's now ready to come back into play. He's at the line. Throwing to Arsenal. Cleared out again by Danso. Ball down, Mikel Moreno. Joao Pellegrini again out to cover the Mikel Moreno close to the corner flag, to the left side corner flag facing the goal. Throw in for Arsenal. All Arsenal, family. All Arsenal. 13, 14 minutes in the game. This is the 14th minute. My clock is behind. So it's all Arsenal. Ball to Calafiori. Trying to get a cross in. Ricochet off Kudus. Ball is now with Kudus. Getting a bit of help from Calafiori. And Kudus is trying to make a clearance. Not a good clearance. Ball Odebert and off us. Arsenal player out for a goal kick. So finally, Spurs can take a break. Take a breather. Welcome to BCN Sports watch along of North London Derby. Goal kick, Vicario sends it long. Seems like Danzo trying to head it behind. Ended up heading it into his box, into his half. Joao Pellegrini is fouled by what? Declan Rice or Trossard there. All right, so this one meeting is pretty dominated by Arsenal. 32 Premier League home games versus Tottenham. 19 victories for Arsenal. 12 games drew and 1 defeat. We had 32? Wow, Arsenal has dominated this fixture. I don't even know why it's a derby. Vicario with a long ball into the box, looking for Danzo, and his header up in the air, and Raya quickly out. And Correa was fouled by I think is Romero. Ball is with Timber. Julian Timber sends it to Declan Rice. Rice to Zubimende. Zubimende sends it to Saliba. Saliba push it to Timber. Timber sends it back to Saliba. Zubimende. All right. So Tottenham dropping off a bit, allowing Arsenal to play the ball around until Arsenal then enters Tottenham half. Then Tottenham applying a bit more intense pressure. Here's the ball to Calaferi deep into the Spurs half. The Calaferi given a license to run and a high boot. Play on, says the referee. High boot there from Kudus. Some Arsenal fans want a card. Good control from Saka. He has and yo, the ball game are reckless. Now Udegi and Saka up into each other's face. Christian Romero is up into the referee, is talking to the referee about something. Free kick to Arsenal. Three fouls committed so far by Tottenham. Boy, just prepare. There will be a lot more from Tottenham today. Lot more at this rate. Free kick to Arsenal. Two players in the wall there. Free kick to Arsenal facing the right side of goal. Right side of the box. Saka is ready to swing it in. Arsenal with their set piece strategy, a bunch of players back. Now they run cross. Shot on goal over the crossbar. I think Thomas Frank is probably need to tell his team to calm down and slow this thing down and don't quickly restart play. Thomas Frank, coach of Tottenham. Vicario, a Spurs goalkeeper, definitely taking his time to restart play. Ball back in play. Rice with a header ended up in the path of Udegi. Trying to go down the left side, has two players for company, and referee Anthony Gordon says no foul. He was Saka barging to him, no foul there. Cleared out by the Gunners. Recovered by Spurs. And the ball is all the way back to Vicario in goal for Spurs. Kudus picks it up in coming deep to get it. Ball is with Danzo. Danzo finds Odobert. Why is Kudus and Odobert both on the same side for Tottenham here? And we have a foul on Zubimendi there. This is an interesting formation. So Kudus and Odobert. So what is going on here with Vicario? Vicario coming all the way up to take this kick. This free kick is close to the 18 yard. It's close to midfield. So Vicario is all the way out to take the kick, which is looking long for Danzo. So one of the things is to try to find Danzo at the back post. Danzo won the header, but Arsenal recover the second ball. Here is the long ball out, and it's with Jade Spence. And Trossard forcing Jade Spence under pressure, but the ball is out off a throw off Trossard and out for a throw to Spurs. Yo, Spurs now have a prayer in this ball game. Arsenal, very dominant performance so far from Arsenal. But the bottom line is that it's still 0-0. Tottenham really trying to get a foothold in this ball game. Trying to find somebody in midfield to kind of slow this ball game down and kind of, get another cutout play as Kudus trying to recover. Richarlison back in there to help Kudus. Easy. Trying to get it away. Kudus comes away with it. Here comes Tottenham, and they finally give the ball back to Arsenal. So now Odobert is on the left wing. Kudus is on the right, yes? Saka. And referee says Saka was fouled by by Van de Ven. Still 0-0, so that's a good thing for Tottenham. It's still 0-0 in the ball game. Still 0-0. So as long as they can keep this game close, I mean, keep it at 0-0, keep Arsenal out, it's a good thing for them. Arsenal has been dominant in possession. Probably should have scored already. Definitely, Vicario made a good save on the Declan Rice shot early in the game. And Timber was looking to try to find Saka, and the ball is out for a throw to Tottenham. So from a Tottenham perspective, they want to slow this ball game down. They want to, whenever the ball go out of play, take your time on those throw-ins. Or the goal kicks. Take your time. Don't allow Arsenal to quickly get the game back going. You want to take your time on those. And maintain a bit of possession for a bit. Here's Danzo with it for Spurs. Ball is with Christian Romero. Romero finds Vicario. Vicario then sends it long. Looking for Richarlison. Richarlison hold it up. Finds Saliba was on his back. Find Kudus. Kudus to Odobert. Odobert now driving at the Gunners. And Odobert taking too long to get the ball out there. Cleared up by the Gunners. Mikel Moreno is down. Referee says no foul. Yes, thank you. Tired of these players throwing themselves down. It's not a foul. Referee awarded a throw into Tottenham. I'm tired of it. Tired of all these players. As you touch them, they're down. Dive in. Ball ricochet off Palhinha and it's out for a throw to Arsenal. Remember to smash the like button. Remember to subscribe to the channel, family. Subscribe if this is the channel for you. All sports. If you like to leave a comment, we have a call-in show on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. so people can call in on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Join us later on at 5 p.m. for BCN Sports Ball Chat Weekly, a football-centered, football-focused show. Recap the week that was in the world of football, soccer, aka soccer, as the Americans call it. Also, check out BCN Sports headlines, daily headlines of the top five major news in the world of sports in 3 minutes. Check those out. Remember to leave a comment. Remember to, smash the like button on those so that we can continue to, align or get the YouTube algorithm to work in our favor to get that content in the hands of other viewers. Here is Arsenal. Cut out by Spurs. Ball is with Jade Spence. Spence trying to cut between two Gunners there, and his foul chopped down by Calafari. Is there? Jade Spence picks up a kick for Tottenham. A game is on Peacock for those of you in the American market. For the non-American market listeners, I can tell you where, if you're in the Caribbean, how you can watch this game. And again, there's a conversation occurring between Christian Romero and the Spurs captain and referee Anthony Gunn. I don't know why they much chat, but it's like every few minutes Christian Romero chat to the referee. Game is on Peacock in USA. It's also on Prime Video USA. Thomas Frank is upset about something. Don't know. Again, the point standing coming into today's game, Arsenal on 26 points, Chelsea 23, Man City 22 points. That's the top three. Aston Villa 21 points. Aston Villa defeated Leeds earlier on in the 9 o'clock game. So Arsenal needs this victory to extend their lead at the top of the table. Extend that lead over Chelsea, extend that lead over Man City. We're not going to talk about Liverpool. Liverpool is in a spot of bother, to say the least. Here is Danzo trying to play out from the back, cut out by Declan Rice. Goal kick to Spurs. We're seeing the replay of the Declan Rice effort on Vicario. Hey, it's a good save, no? It's a very good save by Vicario. Some probably say, maybe he kicked the ball straight to the goalkeeper, but the ball that got through him leg. As another giveaway by Spurs. Very good save by Vicario. He closed his leg pretty quickly there. Here is Moreno looking for options. He sends it to Henkepe. Actually, I did say, I think Henkepe is it's a Colombian. He's in Ecuadorian. Yes, Ecuadorian player, 23 years old. He's into the starting 11, playing the left side of the centre-back pair for Gabriel, who's out for 2 months. Arsenal conceded 1 goal in 8 home matches in all competitions this season. So they've been pretty tight at the back, the Gunners, defensively. So I don't know how Tottenham plan to score today. Trossard trying to get a... Here comes Richarlison, dropping in very deep. Richarlison and Kudus in each other's way. Mohamed Kudus sends it back to Van de Ven. Van de Ven to Destiny Undagi. Undagi to Richarlison. Finds Kudus. Kudus cutting inside. And Kudus looking for a free kick. Referee says, no, play on. Yeah, I like Mohamed Kudus. I like him as a player. Of course, Ghanaian international. I like Mohamed Kudus as a player. I mean, he's a very good player. A part of me wish Mohamed Kudus would be a part of a really big side. He was with West Ham. Here's ball in for Arsenal, and a shot from Jurriën Timber. Cut out there by Spurs. Zubimendi looking to flick on. Jurriën Timber in. And very good defensive work here from Van de Ven, shielding Timber. And so Vicario can come out and get it. Destiny Undagi with it. Ball to Van de Ven, and referee now. Is he calling a foul? Because the way he's been calling it, he hasn't called any foul on these things. So, foul on Mikel Moreno. Free kick to Spurs. 38th minute of play, family. Still 0-0 between these two teams. Arsenal versus Spurs, not London Derby. Long ball, looking for Richarlison. Richarlison holding the ball up well. Looking for a pass out. Getting a bit of pressure there from Saka. Ball is ricocheted off Saka and out for a throw-in to Spurs deep into the Arsenal half. Long throw time as Danzo is over. Then if Danzo is more dominant in the air for us, for Spurs, shouldn't Danzo be in the box receiving the throw? Waiting for the throw, but he's the one taking the long throw. Van de Ven is the leading goal scorer for Tottenham, in all competitions. I think he scored 6 goals. So, they're looking for Van der Ven on this one. Ball into the box. Cristiano Romero pushing up. Cristiano Romero, the warboard, looking to push someone down, and it's a foul. I think he pushed on Saliba. 59 passes in the final third for Arsenal so far. Only 15 in the final third for Tottenham. So, offensively, it's all been Arsenal in the final third. 59 passes. I mean, when we think about clear-cut chances, just that Declan Rice chance is the one that I can think of. I think Tottenham can definitely say, it doesn't matter how many passes you want to have, or no matter how many passes you've had, you have not scored. And so that's a positive from a Tottenham perspective. Whoa, take salad! What a nutmeg by Bakary Saka on Van der Ven. Bust up in BB. You know what? Van der Ven, lock your salad, brother. Ooh. But Bentancur made sure he didn't get the ball back, and it's a foul on Bentancur. Rodrigo Bentancur pick up a yellow card. What a BBC salad. And for the Jamaican audience, them know what BBC means. Non-Jamaican audience, disregard. But it was a nutmeg. Non-Jamaican audience, salad, toenail, or whatever they want to call it. Very good play from Bakary Saka. Free kick to Arsenal. Again, set piece FC, Arsenal getting ready for the ball to come into the box. A bunch of Arsenal players line up. Now they run. But almost a goal saved here by Vicario. Ball was heading into the top corner. Very good save by Vicario. Spurs trying to come away with it. Looking for Kudus. Cleared out by Rice. And more Arsenal again. Rinse, repeat. Here we go. Gunners. And a ricochet off Bentancur and out for another throw to Arsenal. Good shot, Saka. Still 0-0 though. Still 0-0. Arsenal 0, Tottenham 0. 34th minute of play. Long throw in for Arsenal. Ball into the box. Richarlison with a strong header out. Spurs players looking for a free kick. And referee said no dice, no doing. Trossard into the box. Moreno trying to win the header. And he does, but Vicario is quickly out to get the ball. Vicario getting ready to restart play. Looking for options. No doing. No one's available. He goes right to Van der Ven. Van der Ven to Udogie. Here is Saka. Saka to Jurriën Timber. Ball back to Saka. Udogie is quickly out. And it's off Udogie. Out for a throw. Spurs. To Arsenal. And I think from a Spurs perspective, the game is still 0-0. So, I mean, Arsenal dominance aside statistically in the final third, we saw 59 passes in the final third for Arsenal a few minutes ago. So, from an Arsenal perspective, from a Spurs perspective, as long as this game remains 0-0, it's good for them. From an Arsenal perspective, of course, they want to, try to get a little bit more clinical in the final third. They're dominant in getting the passes in. Maybe a little bit more patience in the final third to try to get that decisive goal. That's what Arsenal is probably looking for. I mean, ball is with the Gunners, playing it around near to midfield. Here is Saka coming short to get it. Timber now crashing towards Spurs goal. Finds Moreno, who drops a little bit deeper to get it. Ball into the box for Trossard. Trossard in space, and it's a goal. Trossard has scored. We will await VAR. So Trossard ran behind the Spurs back line. The goal was coming. But let's see if VAR agrees with that goal. I mean, the goal was coming, family. Let's see if he's offside, because he was clear behind that Spurs line. Clear behind that Spurs back line. Somebody fell asleep in that Spurs back line. Let's see if he's offside. Oh, he's onside. Udagi plays him on. Udagi is the one who fell asleep. The entire Spurs back line moved up on that one. Udagi being a bit lackadaisical and lazy there in defending. The entire Spurs back line was up. Udagi sleeping at the back and played him on. 1-0 Arsenal. And the goal has been coming. The goal has been coming. The goal has been coming. It's been very dominant for Arsenal. I spoke about the fact that Arsenal has had, 59 passes in the final third. Tottenham need a prayer. Tottenham needs a prayer in this football game. Third Premier League goal for Leandro Trossard. And there probably will be more goals coming here from Arsenal. Here's Calaferi down the left side looking for a cross, and a piss poor cross. Ball is out. Rather than a cross, the ball went out for a goal kick. Piss poor cross there from Calaferi. 1-0 Gunners. And again, Udagi, the right, the left back or left winger, left link for for Tottenham. Sometimes he plays left back, but he's somebody who pushes high up the field. I mean, defensively, you have to recognize that your team is pushing up, so you need to step up too. Everybody needs to step up together in a line. And he played Trossard, who made that beautiful diagonal run. Mikel Moreno on the assist to get that ball into to Trossard. So, now man, and then also for Tottenham, you can't have the man sit down running your 18-yard box, a chip ball into the box. Somebody, Bentancur and João Paulinho. Bentancur more specifically, because that's his side of the midfield, should have been on that tackle to cut out Mikel Moreno's pass. But very good pass from Mikel Moreno over the top to Trossard, who made the run. 1-0 Arsenal. More Arsenal again. Arsenal get a soup side, a.k.a. easy team, it seems like. You know, Arsenal has been very good so far. And, you know, based on the results, based on how other teams are performing around them, I mean, the so-called title contenders, you know, one of such title contenders would be Man City. I mean, Man City dropped points yesterday against Newcastle. The Liverpool not start yet. Liverpool are backside. You know, they've lost 6 games, suffered 6 defeats in the last 7 Premier League games. So Liverpool is not a title contender. Chelsea is a title contender. Chelsea won yesterday. And so for Arsenal, it's important, imperative, stop these victories and open up as massive lead as you can, especially from a Man City perspective. You know, you want to separate from Man City, who could go on a run later on in this competition. So, basically, Arsenal should not lose the Premier League based on what's going on here. Zubimendi almost piled João Paulinho. Didn't come off. Ball is with Trossard. My youth, pass the ball now. Timber. Cross into the box. Here comes Eze. Eze with it. Eze. Eze goal! 2-0. Eberiche Eze. Yo, I say, I did say that Tottenham needs a prayer. They might get about 5 or 4. Easy picking for Arsenal, 2-0. Eberiche Eze makes it 2. All Gunners. All Gunners. All day. It's been one-way traffic. Arsenal 2-0. I don't know what Thomas Frank and Spurs will do. I mean, Eberiche Eze quick sort of setup, quick sort of shoot. 3 Tottenham players around him in the box couldn't stop the player, couldn't stop him from taking the shot. You have Bentancur, you have Paulinho, you have Van der Ven, you have Danzo, 4 players around Eberiche Eze, but somehow he was able to take the shot, place it in the bottom left. Well, maybe Vicario should have done better. I don't know. Vicario did touch it. It was close to him, but he just, yeah, 2-0. Someone asked if anyone still watched the Milan derby. I will watch the Milan derby today. I will watch it today. Let's see. 2-0 Arsenal over Tottenham. All Arsenal family. Absolutely all Arsenal. Tottenham needs a prayer. They need a prayer. I think we may start here at BCN Sports may start saying send forth the sacrificial lamb. The possession stat 73% Arsenal, 27% Tottenham. Shots 8 Arsenal, 0 Tottenham. I think Tottenham should go back in the locker room and start again. What? It's all Arsenal, one-way traffic. Here comes the Gunners again. Trossard. Taking and make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to tell a friend about BCN Sports, or make sure to share all sports news, cricket, track and field, football, all sports news, basketball, anything. We'll cover it all here at BCN Sports. Total domination from Arsenal. I think victory is probably secure already. It's probably too early to call it, but based on what has occurred, it seems like victory is already secure for Arsenal. Next thing is to try to run up the score. I mean, goal difference might become a factor. If we can beat them by 10 or 5, beat them. And by the way, I am not loyal or having it. I don't support any teams. I'm just doing the watch along, doing, assessing what I'm seeing here from my perspective. It could be a total different position from another individual, which is, it's very much welcome. But for Spurs, I mean, Mohamed Kudus seems to be the life for Spurs. Brandon Johnson on that left wing may need to come. I don't even know what is going. So you have you're playing 2 holding midfielders in Bentancur and João Paulinho, and it's just Arsenal running rampant down that middle. Out wide, they're also rampant with Trossard and Saka. So I don't know. I don't know what to do, what Thomas Frank can fix at halftime. And so what's going on here between Odegi and Jurgen Timber? So now, because it seems like there was a collision, and then Udegi holds up or hug him up as he was on the ground. They were both holding up each other, and Udegi held him up as Timber was getting down and pushed him back down. I want them looking idiot players there. You know, come off, I feel. And of course, Mikel Arteta is clearly out of his technical era, asking for something else. Free kick was awarded to Spurs. I don't know how they get to that one, but you know what? Let's move on. Free kick to Spurs. Vicario with the free kick now. Vicario to restart play. 3 minutes of added time. And the free kick did not reach one Spurs player. And Declan Rice actually ended up kicking it long. Ball ended up in the 18-yard box of Spurs. And back with Vicario. What a waste of free kick. And now Vicario is holding the ball. He's wondering who to kick it to. No Spurs player is showing for it. He sends it long, looking for Richarlison. Richarlison is toppled over by Saliba. He's asking for a foul. Referee said no foul. Richarlison is back on his feet. Utter rubbish from Tottenham. Total domination from Arsenal. The ball is with David Raya. 2-0. 3 minutes of added time. We're almost at the 3 minutes of added time. Ball into the long from Raya and a foul, Mikel Moreno. And basically, this is the gulf between these two teams currently. I mean, I cannot say I'm surprised by what's going on, but of course, sometimes with a derby, you don't want to count, you don't want to really call. It's not, you can't really use the data as in the current form and, you know, in a derby situation. Tottenham is 9th coming into the table. And it definitely shows. They're not really ready for this fight. Tottenham has been totally dominated here by Arsenal. Halftime, 2-0. All Arsenal. Arsenal will go to 29 points. 6 ahead of Chelsea if this result holds. And 7 ahead of Man City. Eze in the 41st minute and Leandro Trossard in the 36th minute with the goals. All Arsenal. All Arsenal. Arsenal, Tottenham needs a prayer. Tottenham needs a prayer. I will step away for the halftime break and I'll be back at the start of the second half. Yeah, back live family, waiting for the second half to kick off. It's all Arsenal. When you look at, by the way, this is BCN Sports watch along of North London Derby, Arsenal versus Spurs. EPL leading Arsenal versus ninth place Spurs. And, you know, it's most notable to say EPL leading Arsenal versus ninth place Spurs because the second half clearly demonstrates the gulf between these two teams currently. You know, it's you look at the stats. I mean, the most important stat is that Arsenal is leading 2-0, of course, and I'm sure Arsenal fans will be over the moon. From an Arsenal fans' perspective, I think that they probably would want more goals, of course. Just keep doing what you're doing and essentially take your chances. I mean, could have been probably 3 goals ahead at this juncture, at this stage. You know, for Gunners, Vicario made a very good save on a shot from Declan Rice. You know, as for Spurs, from the Spurs perspective, whoa, okay. You know, so in some sense, Spurs probably was set up in a more conservative, a defensive sort of approach because they kind of, you know, they have Danzo, Danzo, Van der Ven, and Cristiano Romero, and Jed Spence and Udagi, all kind of almost like a back five, so to speak. You know, and then you have Ja Pelinia and Bentancur in front of them, and that's a lot of defensive. That's a lot of defensive players, a lot of defensive focus players, and they were still cut open. So from a Spurs perspective, the plan didn't work, brother. It did not work. You went on a defensive sort of setup, and you got cut open 2-0. You know, the question now: do you come out and play more? Yeah, come out and play. If you get 6, fine. But you have to, at some point, come out and play and look to score. Because Arsenal, I mean, the passes, 278 to like 30-something or however many passes, the stats are overwhelming. You're not going to win a game just by defending. And this long ball to Richarlison is not winning all the, he can't hold up play by himself. Kudus has been trying to... Kudus is trying to help, but Kudus needs space to run. Mohamed Kudus, that is. He needs space to kind of flex his muscles, and he's not our space to exploit. He's not getting that. Arsenal is not giving him that. So from a Spurs perspective, I think Coach Thomas Frank will have to open this team up. He has to if he wants to get back in this football game. Now, of course, it's a risk that you take. That if you open it up, you might get more goals scored upon you. Them already scored 2 goals upon you. Who cares at this juncture? You're going to lose. At least come out and force Arsenal to try to defend something. Sammy Bobel on BBC said the quandary. Sammy Bobel on BBC said the quandary for Thomas Frank now is to do Tottenham open and look for a route back into the game and risk humiliation, or do they keep the things the way they are? Spurs have come to the Emirates and shown absolutely nothing at all in terms of attacking. That will not sit well with large swaths of the away support. Big halftime talk for Thomas Frank. You can't go to war, brother, and hope say them not kill you. For a lack of, just to make an expression. I mean, we not promote war and killing, but you know, get what we are saying. I hope you get what we say. You can, and then, yes, they've made a sub. Xavi Simon is on the field. So now you've made an attacking change, because this is utter rubbish. Absolute nonsense. So let's see who Xavi Simon come on for. How you are going to play a ball game and come to set up in a defensive posture like you're Jose Mourinho? All right, second half getting ready to start. Let's see who Xavi Simon is on for. But they have made an attacking change. And we're off, family. Let me make sure that I get the second half start going. Clock off. All right. And so one also notable thing is that the flexibility of California for Arsenal, the left back for Arsenal, and we have seen it with other Arsenal players. They drift, into an attacking posture, almost like close to Mikel Moreno at times, who's at the 9 position. Here is Jimmer Arsenal in. Is it goal 3-0, just like that. You're down 2-0 and you don't even come out the gate ready to defend, to play a ball game. Still in the locker room. They're going to get 6-love. It's an absolutely 6-love sort of game for Arsenal today. You come out the box, down 2-0, don't look energized, don't look ready to engage. 6-love loading. Big up to Geraldo Haynes. Arsenal is so solid defensively. If they can continue this today and for the rest of the season, it will be hard to stop us this year since we now have goals in squad all across the park. 3-0. Arsenal absolutely impressive. Arsenal is putting Tottenham to the sword, rightfully so. Tottenham, Eze with 2 goals, 3-0, brother. How you come out second half again? Slow. You're under 2 already, brethren. You're under 2. 3-0, brethren. 3-0. All right. Odebert looking to kind of get Tottenham going on something. And this is what is it? What was that time? Abaricha is looking for a hat trick. His brace. First brace against Tottenham. What? I think I saw some. Arsenal looking very good. Arsenal looking very good, family. Looking very good. And you know what? Maybe I should go ahead and make the proclamation. Arsenal fans, you can't lose the Premier League from here. I mean, it's early, yes, but this dominant position is, come on, 7 points ahead of Tottenham, of Man City, if this result holds. And it should hold. Defensively, they have been good. They're probably the number 1 defense team in the English Premier League. Man City lost at sea. Chelsea is a baby side. Here's Arsenal in again. Trossard almost in. And ball rolled to Vicario. So all that people them will hate Arsenal right now, them go Obia or Voodoo or whatever, and I hope so them can stick up in an Arsenal thing. Arsenal cannot drop the soap from here, and if Arsenal drop the soap, aka lose the Premier League from here, they should get a beating. Yo, Tottenham is so toothless. Like them find a while ago, them find Jade Spence. Jade Spence turned his head looking for options and attacking, and he didn't see anybody, and him just say, you know what, can't bother with this. Maybe just get the ball back. And so the ball was returned to his defensive teammate. Xavi Simons picking it up for Spurs. Still also looking for option. Xavi Simons now running into an attacking, finds Kudus, and ball pushed wide, and Kudus should have done better with that one. I don't know if Thomas Frank is under any pressure. I don't know. Here comes Odegi looking for Odebert. I don't see, you might need to get Papisar onto this field also. What is going on with Besuma? as in Tottenham. Looking at the Tottenham bench, Matthias Tell. As Arsenal almost in again, Matthias Tell, Pedro Porro, Pape Sarr. You need to make some sub, brother. Get some of these players off the field. Xavi Simons came on for Danzo. So that's he took out a centre back and he went back to his regular defensive setup. So pretty much he's saying like, yeah, the part the boss or the defensive structure did not work. (3-0) Arsenal leading Tottenham in a mauling so far. It's an absolute butter bruising. Tottenham has been toothless. Yo, Spurs fans, they might need to go out of the yard early. And one thing I will say, I think this Tottenham team has talent. I mean, I think it's a talented Tottenham team squad. You know, and I can go and read these players. I mean, you have Mohamed Kudus is a baller, I believe. You have Xavi Simons, who's a very talented player. Of course, he's still adjusting to the Premier League. You have Pape Sarr, you have Bissouma. I don't know what the hell is going on with Bissouma. Here comes Arsenal down the right wing. You picked up Joao Pillinha, who I think pound for pound is one of the better holding midfielders in the Premier League. He was at Fulham, then went to Bayern Munich. A foul there on Jimmer and Timmer by Xavi Simons. Let's see. Will this be a card for Xavi Simons? All right, so I think Tottenham has players. I think Tottenham has talented players. Matthias Tell, one of the most sought after player a few years ago, ended up at Tottenham. So how is Tottenham this bad? Like, oh, brother, you know. Oh. And of course, they won the Europa League last year, right? When Ange was the coach. Free kick to Arsenal. Ball into the box. And headed on. Retrieved by Trossard. Trossard. For Gunners. Eze picks it up. Eze flicking it on, looking for Jimmy. Eze is doing whatever he wants to with this team. Kudus. Now here comes Tottenham with it. Yeah, pass the ball there, brother. And is that Odebert? Yeah, it's Odebert. Let's chop down there. Probably took a while to pass the ball. Thomas Frank in deep discussion with his coaching staff. I don't know if this Tottenham job is too big for Thomas. I guess it remains to be seen. Of course, former coach of Brentford. Maybe Tottenham needs a prayer. Free kick to Spurs. Looking for Richarlison. Headed out by Arsenal. 2 goals from Eberiche Eze and 1 from Leandro Trossard. Arsenal 3-0. Here comes the Gunners again. Saka. Sammy Mokbel on BBC Sports says this is bad news for Thomas Frank. Some sections of the Tottenham fan base have been underwhelmed by his impact since his appointment in the summer. This goal, youth! Goal! Richarlison with an outlandish goal. Wow! Spurs have scored out of nothing, from out of nowhere. Richarlison with a goal from midfield. He caught David Raya off his line and, that take cojones. David Raya running back to goal trying to squeeze it out. Couldn't get it out. Very good play from João Palhinha to take it off Zubamende. 3-1. Game on? I don't know. Possibly. Wow. That's an embarrassing goal. David Raya running in. And quickly, and Arsenal back almost on the attack. 5th goal in the Premier League this season from Richarlison. Another goal for Tottenham and this could change. What just happened? What just happened? That is crazy. Mikel Arteta is telling his players to calm down. I don't know what just happened, but out of nowhere, Richarlison with a goal from close to midfield. He saw David Raya off his line. His ball was taken off Zubamende by João Palhinha. Richarlison, very, very good goal. Saw Raya off his line. Raya running back to goal, trying to get it out. He could not keep it out. Lifeline for Spurs. Let's see. Or is it? I don't know. Here is Tottenham with it. Vicario. I was just remarking how the Sammy Mokbel of the BBC was saying that, the Tottenham fan base is not impressed with Thomas Frank. That goal was scored just from past the halfway line. What a goal from Richarlison. What a goal from Richarlison, just from the halfway line. So, all right, Zubamende is now going through it with João Palhinha. João Palhinha is putting a bit of pressure on Zubamende in that midfield. Anytime Zubamende has the ball, João Palhinha is trying to get close to him to break him up, to get it off him as much as possible. And if you can get it off Zubamende, you can quickly turn Tottenham into an attack. Misplaced pass here from Arsenal. Arsenal a little bit in a bit of disarray. Ball is out for a throw to Tottenham. Boy, life come at you fast, see? 1 minute you dominate, and next minute you give up a goal and things change. Here comes Tottenham. Looking to find Kudus, headed out by Calafiori. Here is Hip Cape with the clearance. Cristiano, this is what a derby is supposed to look like. He's supposed to be getting in. Trossard. Now Arsenal on the break. Into the box. Trossard and quickly back by Jade Spence there, quickly back to cover. Ball is out for a goal kick. That was a beautiful goal by Richarlison. Danny Murphy on BBC says, quote, what a finish. A great tackle from João Palhinha, and then what a finish by Richarlison. Yep, talked about it. I said João Palhinha winning the ball off Zubamende. Ball is with... Yo! What is going on with that? Yo, them two sides there. From almost giving up a goal to breaking away. Here comes Tottenham. Ball is into the box. Looking for Richarlison. Couldn't get there. João Palhinha is making a difference in that midfield. Here's Xavi Simons walking through Arsenal's defense. And ball ricochet. Bakisaka out for a goal off Xavi Simons and out for a goal kick. Yo, smash the like button. Me I begging up. Smash the like button for those all on the live. Make sure to join us later on for BCN Sports. Make sure to join us later on for BCN Sports Watch Ball Chat Weekly Roundup at 5 p.m. As Spurs chase this game, a sliding tackle there from Jade Spence on Zubamendi. Referee says play on. Referee letting them play. Kudus with it for Tottenham. Cutting inside. Has 3. Going around. Looking to go around the 4th. And Eze takes it off. And finally the referee has called a foul. Hincampe is talking to Richarlison. Of course, Ecuadorian and South American players very much know each other, you know. And the man them kick Eze and Clad. I think it was Kudus who kicked Eze while he was on the ground. Let's see if VAR have a say about that leg by Kudus. Let's see if VAR take a look at that one as reckless. No, they're moving on. Free kick to Arsenal, 61st minute of play. Remember to smash the like button. Remember to check out BCN Sports daily headlines each evening, each night for top 5 sports headlines in 3 minutes. Leave a comment on those daily headlines. Let us know your thoughts on the daily headlines and smash the like button so we can get those headlines into other hands, you know, people, other viewers, you know what I mean? Mikel Arteta talking to the 4th official about something. Or to the linesman. Oh, Mikel Arteta talk to the linesman. The 4th official, I say, you need to talk to me, brother. Leave the linesman alone. Free kick to Arsenal. Set piece FC. Line up what? 5 players at the back. 5 Spurs players in the line. Now all 5 players or 6 players run across the Spurs line. Ball into the mixer. Cleared out by Van der Ven. Arsenal trying to get a shot on. And Kepe trying to get it. And it's out off and Kepe for a goal. Oh. Offside. Offside is a call. Spurs also getting ready. 2 more subs. Yo, this is our brother, yeah. Kolo Moani. Oh, Kolo Moani. The man known for missing the World Cup goal against Argentina is coming on. So why not Matter Estelle? Ball is with Vicario in goal. Richarlison cannot get a header. Cleared by Saliba. And it's all the way back to Vicario. Big up to the Arsenal fan. Arsenal fans said Zubamendi want a kick in him. Zubamendi getting a lot of pressure in that midfield. Here's Richarlison now with it. Sends it wide to Xavi Simons. Simons sends it wide to Odobert. Odobert on the left wing. Going at Timber. Simmons. Simmons with a shot. And it's straight into the arms of David Raya. 65th minute of play. Spurs trying to come back. 2 subs waiting for Spurs. Ball is back with David Raya. And he clears it out. Controlled by Saka. Handled it. Jade Spence and Odobert. And wait. My youth, you see man, them want to make a sub. They've restarted play before Thomas Frank can get his sub in. Big up to Michelle. Big up. Spurs just start playing. Yes, they just started playing. The first half was piss poor by Spurs. Defensively. Then they show up a park a bus and the bus don't have no wheels, Panny. How you park bus and don't have no wheels? One of the worst parking of bus, me ever see. Here comes Spurs. And again, at the end of the day, in our football games, You can't just come up and look for defend. You have to try score goals. That's why you play the game, to score goals. So Danzo was taken off at halftime, the centre back for Spurs, and they put on Xavi Simons, a more attacking player. Spurs have 2 more attackers coming on. Koulibaly is getting ready to come on, and they're about to make the change. Make the change, we could get on with our life now. And the man, Pape Sarr, as I mentioned, Pape Sarr may be getting a look. What's going on with, what is that thing Koulibaly has on his head? Odobert is off. What is this thing he has around his head? And Bentancur is on, and Pape Sarr is on. So Bentancur and Odobert off for Spurs. Pape Sarr on, and Koulibaly. Why not Matistel? I would ask, but Matistel probably would go down the middle for Richarlison later on. Here is Arsenal inside, Saka. And very good defender, but Saka could not get it in control quickly. Very good defending by Udogie. Michelle says, we Chelsea obviously can't depend on other teams to prevent Arsenal. You want a job done right, you have to do it yourself. Now Chelsea under pressure to do it. Well, Chelsea plays Arsenal next weekend. So, again, the rest of the Premier League, if you want title contenders mainly, if you want to really compete with Arsenal, you have to beat them when you play them. So Chelsea plays Arsenal next weekend. You have to beat Arsenal if you want to compete for this title race. An Arsenal victory here will move Arsenal to what? 29 points. That would be 6 points clear of Chelsea and what? 7 points clear of Man City. So Chelsea fans, Chelsea, if you want to compete with Arsenal for this title or compete for this title, you need to beat Arsenal this weekend. Cannot depend on Spurs. Spurs are outside. Free kick to Arsenal. Rice sends it long, looking for Saka. Cleared out by Spurs. Eze picks it up. Looking Timber with it for... Ball is with Eze. Ball is really moving. One thing Arsenal is centered and focused on doing is playing quickly. Arsenal definitely wants to move this ball quickly. Ball is to Eze, maybe sometimes too quickly before Eze can get it. He gives it away. Here comes João Pellegrini. Finds Xavi Simons. Simons to Richarlison into the box. Richarlison has Hinkepe for company, and a bad cross from João Pellegrini. That is not in his wheelhouse. João Pellegrini is not a cross-ball type of player. He's not a switch. He's a break-up, disrupt sort of player in the midfield. Michelle says Liverpool are crap. Liverpool are outside. Liverpool not ready for this. Liverpool is piss poor. In fact, Liverpool is out of the Premier League title race. City shaky, so it falls on us. City shaky falls on us. You know what? The Man City shaky part of it, and maybe I'll table some of this for later on regarding Ball Chat Weekly. Do join us for Ball Chat Weekly at 5 p.m. Eastern. Man City shaky. Erling Haaland should have scored a couple goals yesterday. I don't know if it's layover from the international break, but Man City should have had a couple goals from Erling Haaland yesterday. Ruben Diaz was the only one who scored. And so that's the ultimate question for Man City. You know, when Erling Haaland goes off the boil, and he's human. I mean, he will score a bag of goals, as has been shown. But there will be parts and times when he's not gonna score a bag of goals or score period. So who else in this Man City team is gonna be able to step up and score? This is where you hope a Marmoush, as we have a disruption, a stopping player. Player getting some treatment, a bit of treatment. This is where you have a Marmoush should come to the party. or the other attackers to come to the party. So that remains to be seen for Man City. Can those players deliver if and the player who's getting treatment is Mikel Moreno. It seems like he's going through concussion treatment there. Here is Tottenham. Good player. You control the ball in the pop, sir. That was laid on by Richarlison. Richarlison playing well, but looked like Papisar came from an offside. Arsenal still down a man. Mikel Moreno undergoing what looked like concussion protocol. I waiting to see if he's back on the field. Yeah, back to what I was saying. I mean, Man City, the question around Man City is that they're playing well, they're scoring goals and everything. But if Erling Haaland is not scoring, who else will do the scoring? That's a question that Pep has to figure out. He definitely has the depth. A shot! Save by Vicario. Bakary Saka, that trademark left foot shot. Vicario was up to the scratch, up to it though. Save. That was going in, family. That was definitely going in. Very good save by Vicario. As for Chelsea, Chelsea is a baby side. Baby in terms of players. I don't know what Estavio going to look like in January or Estavio going to look like in March. I mean, I don't know what João Pedro is going to be in March or February. These are title. I don't really consider Chelsea a title contender because they're a baby side. A big man, big people win Premier League titles. Big man things this. And so Chelsea has to prove to me that they can win a Premier League title. I don't think this Chelsea team, as constructed, is a legitimate title contender. Unless the other side them drop off. Now Chelsea fans will say otherwise. Here is Arsenal. Put it bluntly, it's Arsenal title. It's Arsenal title to win. It's Arsenal. It's right there for Arsenal. Corner kick to Arsenal. Trossard with a shot or was trying to trip the ball in and it came off. I think it was Papisar. I don't know. Corner kick. So it's bottom line, it's Arsenal title to lose. I mean, they're the pound for pound favorite right now as things stands. The form of other teams, the depth of their squad, the experience of their squad. I mean, yeah, this is Arsenal title to lose. Corner kick to the Gunners. Rice getting ready to send it in. Vicario pushes it and headed down by Timber, but didn't get it in the goal as Vicario tries to get Kudus going. Eze is up to it, cuts out the pass and sends it back to Raya. Papisar applies some pressure, or it was Koulibaly applied pressure to Raya. Here comes the Gunners again. I guess the question for Arsenal fans is, if not now, when? If you don't win the Premier League, no, then when? When not going to win it? I mean, everything, it's right. It's set for them. The form of the other teams, the depth of the team, the Arsenal team. What David Raya do? David Raya just threw the ball right back to Mohamed Kudus. And the cross into the box and cleared out. Yo! Thomas Frank, take off Jade Spence. Jade Spence look like he needs a sub from about 16 minutes in the ball game. And Richarlison and Saliba in some sort of argument. Richarlison, I tell the man, say, yo, topple off my shirt. You can have it after you. Richarlison, tell him saying you can have it after the game done. Okay, but yeah, we're seeing the what transpired there. All right, comments coming in. Let's look at some of these comments. Clinton Morrison on BBC saying that has been the story of Tottenham. They have lacked quality and not really troubled Arsenal. And regarding Tottenham getting into the final third, Arsenal in. Goal, youth! Goal! 4-1. Hat-trick for Ebericha Eze. Maybe first of many more. 4-1. Yo, I tell you, they might get 6. All right, Rich on BBC says, with the amount of reactionary hyperbole around football, I'm waiting for someone to say the wheels have come off at Arsenal after that Richarlison goal. After 6 games, Liverpool were unstoppable. 6 games later, Arsenal can't fail to win the league, and Liverpool are in crisis. Okay. I don't know where Richard chat, but Richard said, react. Yeah, football, we have a whole heap of hyperbole in football, definitely. And I have contributed to the hyperbole at times. But, goal youth, 3 that. Hat-trick for Ebericha Eze. Beat and teach time, you know. Beat and teach. And again, Arsenal fans, I mean, come on. And we're seeing the celebration of Mikel Arteta. So this will take Arsenal to 29 points. Ebericha is a dominant performance today. I mean, Arsenal, dominant performance over Tottenham, not London Derby, one-sided affair. You have a worldly goal by Richarlison, but it's been all Arsenal. First career hat-trick. As Arsenal made a sub, Trossard is off and man called Madueke is on. Mohamed Kudus is also off for Spurs. And let's see who... Yeah, I'm going to take off Jade Spence long time. Jade Spence is coming off for Tottenham also. And Pedro Porro is coming on. So Brandon Johnson on for Kudus. And Pedro Porro on for Jade Spence. Boy, if that's the defensive line of a Tottenham, then dog them supper. It's an easy day. And Donald said, big up to Donald. Donald said, the London wasn't so derby. This wasn't a derby at all. Here's Arsenal in again, and it's almost 4 for Eze. Saved by Vicario. Vicario no come out here, we are making man scoring 4 goals. You know, the thing about Ebericha Eze, this youth can kick it with both feet. This is not something that is kind of rare now in football. You don't see a lot of two-footed players. I mean, a lot of players are just... Most ballers are 1-foot baller them. Right or left. Ebericha Eze has the ability and has shown he can kick it with both feet. From anywhere around the box. Ooh. All right, so where is I don't know. I will continue to say that I think Tottenham has talent. I think Tottenham is a talented squad, and Xavi Simons with a shot from way downtown, and nothing doing. I think Tottenham needs them need a clean out, them need a cleanse, them need a wash out, something. Them need a fumigation, something over Tottenham. Them need a prayer, they need to burn some sage, some plants to clean out the building. It's a talented squad. You're not supposed to get run off the field like this easily. 8 shots on goal for Arsenal, 2 for Tottenham. And what exactly is Thomas Frank's system? We know that the previous manager, Ange Postecoglou, like to play this high line, squeeze teams up the field, press, get the ball. Thomas Frank is not necessarily a pressing coach. Here is Kolo Muani. And the ball ricochet off Saliba out for a corner kick. Yo! Milan Derby at 2:45. We won't do a watch along for that. Our next scheduled program, busy day here on BCN Sports. We'll do our ball chat weekly at 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll recap the week that was in the world of football. World Cup qualifier final wrap of the window that just closed. The World Cup qualifier. Get ready for games coming up. Reggae girls, get ready for World Cup qualifier and CONCACAF W qualifying game on Saturday. We'll discuss Jamaican football, the fallout. Rudolph Speed, now the man in charge, interim manager of the Reggae Boys. And we'll have to look at the EPL, La Liga, and other club football news at 5 p.m. We'll also have our headlines at 7 or 8 p.m. this evening. Our top headlines in sports. Spurs are rubbish. Bugside. Here comes Arsenal. Like I said, I think this could be a 6. This could be the 5th one. And you cross the ball there, brother. Madueke with a cross cut out by Arsenal, cut out by Spurs. This should be a 6-0 defeat. It should be a 6 defeat. Arsenal fans, wait. It says name a better team in football right now. Arsenal might be the best team in football. No. Well, they did defeat Real Madrid. Yeah, Bayern Munich. If Arsenal is not the best team in football, they're close to it. Definitely the best team in the Premier League at the moment. And if you're the best team in the Premier League, you're in the conversation for best club football currently. So we'll leave people and decide that. But Arsenal still have to win trophies. But corner kick. Cleared out. Didn't beat the first man. Bad corner by Rice. Humiliating derby for Spurs. Absolutely correct, Michelle. Humiliating indeed. And again, there are a few pundits who thought that Thomas Frank, some of the Spurs fans, the Spurs fan base, a part of the Spurs fan base are not happy with Thomas Frank. And hey, this is gonna piss them off even more. Ebericha Eze scored the 4th ever hat-trick in competitive meetings between Arsenal and Spurs. Ted Drake, Arsenal, October 1934. Terry Dyson for Spurs in 1961. Alan Sunderland for Arsenal 1978. So the last hat-trick in this North London derby was 1978. So Ebericha Eze kick over that jump on and now is running in with the latest hat-trick in the London derby. Real-time update, real-time stats for your family. So Ebericha Eze becomes the 4th ever hat-trick in competitive hat-trick between Arsenal and Spurs. Ted Drake, Arsenal 1934. Terry Dyson, Spurs, August 1961. Alan Sunderland, Arsenal 1978. Add Ebericha Eze to the list. November 2025. I rate Richarlison mentality. Everyone else are disgraceful. Yeah, man. Big up. Saeed Khan, big up Saeed. Welcome to BCN Sports. Smash the like button, Saeed. Big up. Arsenal doing quite well. I like Richarlison as a player. As a fan, as a person who supports Brazil, I think Richarlison is a lock for the World Cup. The problem I have with Richarlison, he can be up and down at times, just like most of us, but sometimes, Arsenal want more. They're putting on. Wait, so why him push the player back? Why did Arteta push the player back? What's going on here? It's almost like chaotic sometimes when I watch Arsenal at Dugout. Richard Michelle says I rate Richarlison mentality. Yes. Like and subscribe. Up. Like and subscribe. Yeah, man. Always big up Michelle. Always reminding the listeners to like and subscribe the content. Big up Michelle. Thank you as always. Big up yourself. Here is Spurs coming forward. Odagi finds Kolomwani. And Mwani was hit in the face there. He's down. Play on, says the referee. Duran Timber loses out. Pedro Porro finds Xavi Simons. Back and forth we go. And Xavi Simons is chopped down by Declan Rice, who then has something to say to Xavi Simons. And Richarlison is quickly in to Declan Rice. Pedro Porro now pushing Declan Rice. And we have a hargy-bargy of look at bad man things are going right now. So I don't know why Declan Rice decided to say something to Xavi Simons when he chopped him down. I don't know what is that carrying over from. Anthony Gardner, referee, is calling players over. Yellow card out. Yo, I think the basic question for Arsenal right now and Arsenal fan base is like, if not now, when? When will they win the Premier League? If not now. Last time Arsenal won the Premier League is over 2 decades ago. So if not now, when? I mean, you have to win the Premier League now. You have to. Come on. We're seeing the replay of the Xavi Simons. Yo, Declan Rice not only clap the man and then foul him and talk to him and also hit him in the head with his foot. Come on, man. Yo, this is where a bad man's supposed to come and kick him in the body. Sorry. The yellow card to Declan Rice. Richarlison is one of the few, and Pedro Porro pick up a yellow card. Now Richarlison, now Declan Rice and Pedro Porro talking. One year is on for Arsenal for Mikel Moreno. I said Spurs is getting 6. Let's see if 2 more goals will be scored before I lock off the watch along. Also coming off, Hincape is coming off. Mosquera is coming on for Arsenal. Again, Arsenal will be without Gabriel, Brazilian defender Gabriel, for 2 months, according to Mikel Arteta. Yo, the Spurs section of the... I quick as me ever see a fan base take with themselves. Spurs fans gone. They are out. Beating traffic, I guess. Ooh, Thomas Frank may have got some management tomorrow. Spurs fans are gone. They've left the building. And rightfully so. Why sit around and wait to watch this foolishness? Thomas Frank may have to go see management tomorrow. Touches in the opponent's box. 26 for Arsenal, 4 for Spurs. Come on. Spurs never showed up to compete in this ball game. And of course, just remind fans that the goal by Richarlison was an excellent worldie. Clinton Morrison on BBC Sports says Tottenham are where I think they will be at the end of the season. They are without Madison, James Madison, Kulusevski, Dejan Kulusevski, and they need creative players in these kinds of games. They miss Solanke too. I mean, I can't even remember them player there. I better talk about creative players in this game. Xavi Simons was brought in as the creative player and they didn't start him. And they put him on at halftime. Come on. Let's see who else is on the... I want to know what is going on with Yves Bissouma. What is going on with Bissouma? So Bissouma he's just not part of the plan. I mean, according to Yahoo Sports here, Tottenham plans to extend Bissouma's contract to prevent him from leaving for free. So they're looking to sign him for a 1-year extension. But then why would Bissouma sign a 1-year extension if he's not interested? So all signs points to Bissouma never playing for Tottenham again. He failed to convince Spurs boss Thomas Frank this season and angered the Danish tactician by coming late one too many times. All right, so Bissouma has been late a few times. I definitely read about that. And so, and he's also failed to convince Thomas Frank. So you have a player who in Bissouma, who was a regular starter, was a frequent starter under the coach, the previous manager, Ange Postecoglou. And now he's out because of tardiness, and he hasn't convinced Thomas Frank as Arsenal getting rid of their chin. Yes, Simmons so light and weak. He wants some more cornmeal porridge. Some more dumpling. As in Michelle says that. Xavi Simmons, definitely light. I don't understand what's going on with Bissouma. I mean, clearly Bissouma is not part of Thomas Frank's plan. But Tottenham signed a manager, and Bissouma was part and parcel, a steal in that team. And now this new manager they signed said, well, yo, this player has not impressed me. So now this player will leave for free. He's not even in the matchday squad. I don't even know if he's practicing with the group. Of course, he hasn't helped himself. He's come to practice late. Free kick for Arsenal. 4 minutes off at a time. And Xavi Simmons have not been impressive in this creative role for Tottenham either. But neither has been James Maddison too, who was on the Ange Postecoglou in the creative role. So I don't. But I want to say again, I think Tottenham has talent. I think they have a talented squad. And with the right coach, you know, this Tottenham team is sitting in 9th position in the Premier League. Michelle says we will see how far Chelsea is from Arsenal next week. Yes, we'll do a watch along for the Chelsea versus Arsenal game. That's a big game. Now, if Chelsea wants to stop Arsenal or wants to stop, well, Chelsea play Barcelona on Tuesday in the Champions League before they play Arsenal. So it's big week for Chelsea. Barcelona on Tuesday and Arsenal. Both teams are at home. Both games are at home. So they don't have to travel far. They don't have to travel for those games. Yo, Chelsea's supposed to beat Arsenal next week. It's at your home. Beat them. So what if Arsenal are lead table? You care about that? Beat them. And of course, Arsenal as the best team so far in the Premier League. You have to go to Stamford Bridge and stamp your class. All over. Absolutely mauled in by Arsenal. 4-1. And an absolutely impressive play from Arsenal. I mean, one-sided affair. A hat-trick from Eberechi Eze. And a goal from Leandro Trossard. Waiting to see where is Thomas Frank in the handshake. Let's see, where's Thomas Frank? I didn't see him there. Did Thomas Frank left early? Man of the match to Eberechi Eze. Michelle says that game will be revealing for me. I want to know where we stand, so I'm excited for the match between Chelsea and Arsenal. Yes, Very good point. It's important to see where Chelsea, how Chelsea stack up against title favorites, our table leading Arsenal. So next weekend going to be a huge test. I did say when Spurs scored, Arsenal was in a little bit of a disarray there. So I mean, Moises Caicedo and company in that midfield, you better get ready. There are places or areas of Arsenal which you can target, mainly Zubimendi in that six. You know, it's a new thing for Zubimendi. I think if you put, not new thing, but new league. If you put pressure on Zubimendi, he will turn it over, I believe. But you still have to deal with Eberechi Eze. You still have to deal with those ballers going forward for Arsenal. Eberechi Eze can kick it from anywhere. Tottenham players are still on the field. They went over to thank the 10 remaining fans for their support. Our 5 or 6 or whoever remaining Spurs fans still in the box. But it's been one-way traffic. It's been a mauling. All right, people, this is it for us. This is it for me. I am going to close out. Thank you for those who jump on the live. A one-way dominant performance for Arsenal. One-way traffic, dominant performance, not London derby. It's not a derby. Arsenal dominant 4-1 victory over Spurs. Do join us later on at 5 p.m. for Ball Chat Weekly. Ball Chat Weekly recap a week that was in the world of football. Arsenal sits atop the Premier League on 29.